Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the second season of Pixel Plays. I am your co-host, James Honeycutt from Pixelated Geek. We are Sans co-host, JJ Crass, as well as Sans the special guest, Taylor Tate. But we do have a very special guest this evening. Say hey to the internet.
Hi, internet.
This is Bethany Callison.
Hi there.
She's a very special guest. And this evening we will be streaming Creative Assembly's Alien Isolation. So Alien Isolation is a first-person horror title developed by Creative Assembly. Creative Assembly is the company that has largely handled the Total War franchise. So it's kind of unusual for them to make a foray into the horror genre as a whole. However, Creative Assembly is very, very good at one thing above all else, and that's sort of attention to detail. Creative Assembly's Total War franchise is known as one of the most historically accurate and detailed franchises of all time. So, despite the difference in genre, Sega owns the rights to the Alien franchise. They felt like Creative Assembly was a really good fit for a franchise as storied as this. And one of the things that's just immediately apparent if you see any screens or video of it is that the title is remarkably authentic to the lo-fi, hi-fi aesthetic that the Alien franchise sort of is characterized by. And so, very much looking forward to jumping straight into it. Yeah, so if you guys at any point, have any questions, just go ahead and drop a comment. We'll address it. But we will hop right into this. If you guys hear anything with regards to any sort of audio artifacting or any sort of screen capture issues, please let us know. That would be remarkably helpful. All right. So, Bethany, what is your familiar
I'm not sure if I
words?
have any of that.
Yeah, so your familiarity with the Alien franchise?
I've seen them all. It has been years since I've watched one.
So when you say them all,
even the terrible ones.
Okay, so the one that, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously Alien is the only one that really matters.
We're going to high five on that. Yeah, absolutely. No, I share that opinion completely. The Ridley Scott directed sort of first film is still one of my favorite horror movies, like, of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Just terrifying. The director's cut is miserable. Just one of the best paced, most frightening things that's ever happened, ever. The second film was a James Cameron movie, so that's enough said, I think, right there. Completely just sort of pirated the franchise, took it in a totally different direction.
I would call it a travesty.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's synonymical. Synonymous! Words! Synonymous with James Cameron film. No, the dude just can't direct a movie. He can't. And if it's in, like, if he makes a movie, there have to be mechs, and then lots of idiots saying things. Like, that's pretty much it. That's the only thing that I can... I hate that movie, and it bothers me so much that so many people like it so much better. And then Aliens, this is the one that always gets me. Is it Alien 3 or Aliens 3?
I'm not 100% sure. That's the one that has her swimming right through the thing.
I would love to tell you. It's David Fincher that directed it, which I still have trouble believing. It's his only bad film. It's in the prison.
Right, and isn't there the scene where they swim for like 5 minutes and nobody takes a breath? believe that's.
I don't know if that was that or Resurrection, because I paid the exact same amount of attention to 3 in Resurrection, which is to say very little at all.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It may have been Resurrection.
But just largely not a huge fan. Prometheus.
I enjoyed Prometheus.
Okay.
It definitely wasn't. I thought it was going to be more of like a prequel,
Yeah.
and it really isn't so much. It's just kind of in the same world as
Yeah.
Alien, but I thought it was excellent. I really liked it.
See, I'm really excited to see it because I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, super excited about the overall concept. See, that's sort of, it's interesting to me that one film that was so good, followed up by the Drek after it, can still create a universe that is such a sort of iconic, identifiable, like interesting world.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's one of the things that I'm really personally excited to see about this, because Creative Assembly is known so thoroughly for their attention to detail. So we're going to go ahead and just get started. I'm not going to click on anything that says Survivor Mode. That's not going to be a thing. And yeah, that's right, guys. I'm absolutely gonna go in on easy. That's absolutely gonna happen. So this is actually the very first time that I have played this. I really enjoy the choice just initially already of the old school, like green and black VGA monitor font. Those are VHS lines. No, I'm so excited. Now, that's one of the things, again, the lo-fi, hi-fi thing is something that Creative Assembly really wanted to stay married to, and I think that's very true to the franchise. I think Alien and Star Wars both did a really good job at the time of creating a very sort of realistic
report of the
world.
commercial starship Nostromo. Third officer reporting.
Hey, it's Sigourney Weaver.
Is it?
The other members of the crew. Kane. Lambert. Parker, Brett, Ash,
I think that dialogue's been
and
re-recorded.
Captain Dallas are dead.
It sounds.
It does.
Cargo and ship destroyed.
And a little less alive.
I should reach the frontier in about 6 weeks.
That's a weird choice. They should have
With
just
a little
stopped with
luck,
the
the network will pick me up. This is Ripley. Last survivor of the Nostromo. Signing off.
Something also that I think was very important about that film, and I'm sure that you have a lot to say about this, is definitely one of the very first films where you had like a real fucking badass female protagonist.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Sigourney Weaver kills it. She's still one of those. When you think about strong horror characters, how many times? I mean, how many things have made out of it?
Well, and that's also particularly important right now.
I'm
because
Samuels. I work for the
the whole
company.
Gamersgate thing, and then the rebellion against it. Like,
It's
there's
about
just
your mother.
there's been a lot
I
of
think
press
they
attention.
found her, Amanda.
Oh, Lord. So you're playing as Ellen.
A commercial vessel, the Anisadora, has recovered what we believe to be the flight recording
Her
of
daughter.
the Nostromo.
Where?
Zeta Reticula.
So, very strong female protagonist in the film. Currently, there is a huge
The
like
unit was taken to
attention
Sebastopol
given
station.
to sexism in the industry, both
Proprietary
within
material, so the
the
company
actual
wants to be
medium
collected
and then
as
also
soon as
in the
possible.
sort of business surrounding it.
Well, I think a lot of it is just female
Sebastopol's a supply
representation
depot in the region. It's
in video games. I mean,
permanent frequent
Right.
I know what it is, right?
Well, I mean, and you know, it kind of depends because
Transit's arranged.
I guess it really depends on like what you're looking at. Like Assassin's Creed, you know, no female assassins, blah 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 blah. That was a big
Travel
issue.
out.
And I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been,
Me,
but like that's just the most recent in a long string of things like that. And I think even when you look at the stronger female protagonists in games, I mean, one of the ones that sticks out to me most is Nariko from
when
Heavenly
this
Sword,
job came across my desk,
who is a
I
total
read the case
badass.
history.
and a really strong character, and you know is not fighting for a man, but rather her sister, who is very damaged. Like, it's an amazing story, but even in that, she's wearing no clothes.
Right.
She's basically wearing like 3 strips of silk. You have Bayonetta, who is sort of like
If you want to come along.
and I know that this is an unpopular opinion, but I personally think that that Bayonetta is a critique more than it is sort of celebrating sexism. I think in some way it's lampooning it. It's so ridiculously sexist, and she's so ridiculously oversexed that I think in some way it's mocking it. But still, like, those are I'm thinking about strong female characters in interactive entertainment over the last 2 years, and not 2 years, that's really 5. And those are the best examples.
Right. Which is
But,
a lot. I
right.
think.
One of them is solid in every way, but actual, you know, the actual way in which they're physically portrayed. And the other one is intentionally oversexed to mock.
Right.
You did notice the little nod there with the underwear to the scene at the, I don't
When
know
she
if
gets
that,
out of the
right, I'm just throwing that
No.
out there as a, this is entirely too. This is very clean. Look at that keyboard. Look at that keyboard. Look how fucking old school that looks. Yeah, you did. That says A. Ripley.
It does. Mm-hmm.
Does is Ellen the mother and is Amanda the daughter, or is that?
Yes. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. Well, I don't know. Honestly.
This
She's
is
signing in with her mother's.
right. Look how faithfully recreated that is. Like, that looks. This whole thing is going to be nuts. Hi, little buddy. When you say take off, I say yes, sir. That's a sumo wrestler. Why can I not pick that bird up? Also, let's be real, that's not how those things work. I need some water. 0 out of 10. Would not play again. You guys are awful. Sweet. I really do like the interface though. Like, it has that same, I like the contextual business, but there's just something really nice about the presentation. Well, hey, pretty. That's a lie. All right, that's green, so I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, that's right. What? We're not gonna have a oversexed demonstration of her putting clothes on? That's. What kind of video game is this? God. So, here's the deal, though. I don't understand what's happening. That's very 70s. Of course, that's also probably a reference. Here's that 2137. A registration point. Wait, what did you? There we go. Okay. All right. Look at that phone. Look at you. I'm gonna do that. Now that's obviously where they want me to go, but because I have
But
been
no.
playing games for my entire life, I'm going to go absolutely everywhere else first.